Hello everyone, welcome to Yadnya Investment Academy. Today we are going to do a mutual fund review. Let me first explain the methodology of the review. We will list and review the fund on various parameters and rate each parameter by green, yellow or red star. Green star means good performance, yellow means average and red means below average performance. In the end, based on total number of green, yellow and red star, you can take a call to buy this fund or not. Please remember, all the fund parameters we are going to discuss here are based on 9th August 2018 data as reference, and we only review regular and growth plans of mutual funds. In this video, we are going to review fund name DSP Blackrock Midcap Fund, which is a midcap fund launched in 2006. It was called DSP Blackrock Small and Midcap Fund before and had recently changed its name. Now let's start the detailed review on each parameter. First, the fund belongs to DSP Blackrock Mutual Fund family, which is currently India's 9th biggest fund house in terms of asset under management out of more than 40 fund houses and was established more than 20 years ago. So your fund is in good and safe hands of an experienced and well-established fund house. So let's give a green star here. Midcap Fund was launched in November 2006. So this means it has active for more than 12 years now. So let's give a green star here too for being an experienced fund which has seen all major market ups and downs. Fund is categorized in mid-cap category. Mid-cap category has the funds which invest majorly in mid-cap stocks, which are 101 to 250th company by market cap listed in Indian Stock Exchange. Now moving to next, this fund has a large asset under management of 5,266 crores and ranks as the 5th biggest actively managed mid-cap fund among a population of more than 20. So this high asset under management speaks volume about fund's consistent performance and investors' trust in funds management and hence deserves a green star here too. Now let's talk about the Mulaha, that is the returns. We will first talk about the trailing returns from 9th August date and then talk about calendar returns. In trailing returns, we can see fund has consistently beaten its benchmark index, that is NSE Midcap 100 TRI, as well as midcap category average across 1, 3, 5 and 10 years. Trailing return performance clearly shows very good fund performance, and especially 10-year trailing return is outstanding and is among top 2 performer in the category. Now looking at calendarized returns of last 10 years, that is from 2008 till 2017, which means returns from 1st Jan to 31st December of a calendar year, we see that there have been 2 instances when fund was beaten by both benchmark and category average, that is in 2015 and 2017. Then there are some super performances like in 2009, 10, 2012 and 2016 where they have beaten both benchmark and category average by big margins. But in bad markets of 2008, 2011 and even 2013, fund has given near average performances only. So looking at this, overall fund's calendar year performance is not too consistent and is near average, as they have beaten both benchmark and category average only 4 times out of 10. And worrying part is that only 1 out of these 4 has happened in last 5 years. So they clearly have good trailing return performance and thanks to some exceptional calendar return performances, but they cannot be called consistent, especially due to average performance during bear markets and very average performance in last 5 years, and therefore we give them 1 green and 1 red star for this. Next important parameter is fund manager. Fund is managed by famous fund manager Vineet Samre since July 2012, though Vineet is leading the fund only since 2015. He is a BCom and a CA. He is now head of equities of DSP Blackrock Mutual Fund House. Vineet is an old-timer in DSP Mutual Fund and actually joined them in 2007. He also manages another very popular small cap fund called DSP Blackrock Small Cap since 2010 only. Now, small cap fund is among the top performing fund in the category in long term with consistently above benchmark and category average returns since his joining. But last 1 year performance of this fund has not been so great. Two new fund manager joined Vineet, Jay Kothari and Resham Jain recently. Jay is an old timer though in the fund house and manages many other equity funds of DSP, especially global and sector funds. Vineet is one of a star fund manager, especially in small and mid cap category, and we are happy with his overall performances and his stability with fund house, and hence we give a green star on this parameter. Next parameter is top stock holding of the fund and understanding the fund's diversification. So as on 9th August, fund has around 59 stocks in portfolio with top 5 contributing close to 19%. Cash allocation is 4% and rest all is in equity. So fund has good diversification in portfolio and weightage of top 5 companies is little higher than our mid cap benchmark of 15%, and hence we give this parameter a yellow star. Next parameter is sector diversifications, and top 3 sectors contribute close to 52% and has high allocation to banking and financial sector, but that is the trend across. Overall they have an averagely diversified sector contribution, and therefore we give this parameter as well a yellow star. Next are expenses. Expense ratio of the fund is 2.16%, which is lower than average expense ratio of the category, which is around 2.26%. Exit load of the fund is 1% if investment is redeemed in first 365 days, which is what most mid caps do. So looking at its high asset under management, this surely has some more headway of reducing expense ratio, and hence we give this parameter a yellow star. Now those who like numbers, let's discuss few important ratios too. Standard deviation, a measure of volatility and risk, is higher than category and benchmark, which means it takes higher risk than them. Beta 2 is a measure of risk and is higher than the category, which indicates higher risk as well. Alpha, which measures the risk adjusted returns. So fund has a negative alpha. So minus 1.5 alpha means it can perform 1.5% worse than the benchmark. So by taking higher risk, it has negative alpha. That is a return potential in the category. So this is clearly not acceptable. Now, interestingly, overall category also has a negative alpha, and this happened after recent change in benchmark to TRI index. More detail about this on our video on this topic. So this means fund is high risk and low return profile fund. Last is P ratio of the portfolio, which is 25.3 and much lower than the benchmark's PE of 61.1. Now, which could be due to funds some allocation to large caps as well, whereas benchmark is entirely dedicated to mid caps. But since the fund is high risk and low return fund, and therefore we give a red star on this parameter. Few other important info to note about the fund is that it is a mid cap focused fund and has close to 76% investments in mid caps and 11% in small caps and rest in large caps. And this table here shows how rupees 10,000 SIP would have performed in various time frames and prove a good performance and good returns this fund has given continuously. So if we calculate, we got 5 green stars, 3 yellow and 2 red stars, with inconsistent performance especially in recent years, and hence low alpha being created. To summarize, DSP Blackrock Midcap Fund is a large midcap fund with more than 5,000 crore asset under management. Fund's 10-year trailing returns is among the category toppers thanks to few outstanding performing years. However, overall fund has given inconsistent performance with mix of very high and average and below average performing years. Fund is being managed by a popular mid and small cap fund manager, Vineet Samre. Vineet's investment style is to buy growth oriented quality stocks and staying invested for a long haul. Vineet is a capable manager and his experience in running similar strategies is pretty good. He has been fairly disciplined also in his approach. Fund comes as a typically high risk mid cap fund which gives high volatility. It is clearly a fund for high risk takers. That is all we have on this topic. If you have any question, please do write in the comment section below. Before we close, we want to tell you about our new financial planning portal where you can create your financial plan for free. Details are in the description of the video. Have a great time ahead. Jai Hind.